Hello there, Vanessa. Alright, so let's just have a look at your work. Metropolitan areas are in danger of crossing the dangerous threshold of environmental pollution. Now, few options here. Okay, actually I'll do a word count first. Okay, so actually it's about 264 words, so that's fine. That's fine. Let's go in and start improving and a few corrections along the way. So the main reason, okay, is this insensibility for the problem from the leading parties. Okay, no. The main reason is the neglect from the leading parties. What parties are we talking about? Political parties? From the leading stakeholders would also be valid. Okay, and the best solution lies in the hands of every single voter. Good, so we were talking about parties, so let's make it clear, political parties. Any alternatives to best, because best is rather generic, can we say the optimum, the supreme, the superior, the most adequate solution lies in the hands of every single voter. Also, we can just say the same with less. We can say lies in the hands of voters. Okay, this essay will address both the reason and the solution of the problem. Give relevant arguments and examples from the Croatian government, from a Croatian government report and a recent Cambridge study. Good, that's fine. Just need to review the use of articles. Okay, if you're saying the Croatian government report, it means like the report, the specific report that we may have mentioned before, or the report that everybody knows about, the single report, but we're not, because the Croatian government probably produces a lot, so we say a Croatian governmental report. Firstly, the tremendous problem in major, large, significant, important, capital. Can you see lots of different options for big, okay, which will help us improve our vocabulary. In major cities is waste disposal. This is because most people, due to consumerism, purchase more than they need, and the government encourages this trend by allowing construction of more and more supermarkets. Okay, for example, the latest report from the Croatian government showed that there are 500 newly built supermarkets in the last year. Therefore, the reason why there is an enormous amount of one of the reasons why there is an enormous amount of waste is the lack of effort to solve the problem from the city chairmen or from the local councils. Okay, but we can't, it's not usually said in the insensibility, so we have to say it's an enormous amount of waste is the lack of motivation to solve the problem from the city mayors, from the city politicians, from the city councils. Okay, chairman is usually more referred for not for government, for businesses. Okay. Secondly, the solution for this extremely important issue comes only partially from a potential change in customers' habits. Good. It is not likely that people would change on their own initiative. Two issues here. Preposition. We have to say on their own initiative. Write me out 5 sentences with own initiative and 5 sentences with main reason, and 5 sentences with one of the main reasons. Okay, and let's get these mini constructions and prepositions completely under control because they're useful sentences. All right, so let's see. Also, we never use contractions. Okay, it is not likely that people will change on their own initiative for the sake of the environment, and that is why it is so crucial to vote for someone who can make a difference. Someone. What can we say instead of someone? For a politician, for a political leader, for a diplomat. Okay. For instance, a recent Cambridge study showed that 80% of cities who succeeded to solve the waste disposal problem did it through their political leaders. This proves that the solution has to come from the higher city level. Okay. Okay, bit of a contradiction there, because you're saying that they won't change, so they should change and vote. Don't really get that, so that would probably need some work. Let's carry on. To conclude, the apathy of most city chairmen largely contributes to a waste disposal problem. City dwellers can solve it by picking the new and better leading party. Okay, can solve it by voting wisely and actively for politicians willing to implement green policies. Can you see how we've used a lot more collocations, and it just sounds more accurate? Okay, so definitely write that when you correct your essay. Okay, so let's carry on. The paragraph compares the number of sold cars by the village home valley car group in the 7 different villages for the year 2013. Sold vehicles are further divided into new and second-hand ones. Okay, so there's a better way we can say this. The paragraph compares the number of sales from 7 different villages in the year 2013 for second-hand and new cars. Okay, so that's just saying more with less, writing in a more succinct style. See if you can do that. Why not practice with about 10 different graphs of seeing how you can rephrase it to the most compact possible. Okay, so in home Firth with an O, in home Firth, car sales reached a maximum number of 544 new cars sold. Or in home Firth, car sales, yeah, we have to say reached a maximum number. Okay, or reached the maximum number, or reached the most. Okay, so that would need to be rephrased. Approximately 100 less new vehicles were sold in Meltham and Upper Thong, while, very good, car sales in Slathwaite and Longley Farm succeeded to sell only around 50% of the maximum number. We don't say succeeded to sell, we could say reached, because you're saying that the car sales had succeeded to sell. No, while car sales in Slathwaite and Longley Farm only reached around 50% of the maximum number. Good. The smallest number of successfully sold new cars was in Netherthong. No, we can't. Success doesn't really have much to do with this. Okay, the smallest number of sold new cars was in Netherthong, and Netherton's car fair was in Netherthong and Netherton with only 175 and 95 respectively. Excellent. We've got the superlatives, we've got the comparisons. Okay, but we do need to use 2 important words. One is reach and one is with, and we need to stop using success. Okay, but overall this is a really good start. Good work. So I want you to use with and reach in the next task 1 if it's possible. Okay, I can't remember if you've got a flowchart or if you have a bar chart or pie chart, but if you've got a bar chart, definitely use reach and with. Okay, regarding the number of sold second-hand cars, home Firth car sales were again was again the highest with 650. Full stop. Meltham with an L. Okay, we can't mess up these because it's right in front of us and we're just copying, and it would be a shame because you'd get, I won't say slaughtered, but you will lose serious points if you mess up the spelling of the words taken from the task 1 chat. So Meltham's car sale was just 40 cars behind Upper Thong, 100 cars behind, while Slathwaite's sold 50% less cars. Good. So we've used while twice. What could we say? In comparison, Slathwaite sold 50% less cars, or in comparison, Slathwaite's sales were 50% less. Okay, write out those two versions, pen and paper, and look at them, and just try and absorb that change. In Netherthong and Lonely Farm, only 1/3 of Homefair's 650 car sales were reached. And Netherton's car sales was again at the lowest, with only around 120, full stop. Overall, the highest number of car sales, this is redundant, so yeah, overall, the highest number of second-hand and new car sales were in Holmfirth and Meltham, while Netherton had the smallest number of car sales in 2013. Very good work, Vanessa. Kind of mixed it up with a bit with the word success there. If you want, send me those extra sentences, implement the corrections, update your error list, and then send it all back to me as soon as possible, okay? And look forward to chatting with you this afternoon. Take care, Vanessa.